What is good, fellas? French Fry Warrior is here to discuss about the newest chapter of Records of Ragnarok, being chapter 90. Y'all know our usual routine. We'll quickly go over the previous chapter, and like always, this will feature spoilers for the newest chapter. Last month, we began with Okita landing a full body strike on Susanoo. He smiles as he takes pride in his attack, and his teammates share in his triumph. Okita's formless technique, emitting a bloodlust aura, yet devoid of killer intent, impresses onlookers. However, Brunhilde recognizes that defeating Susanoo will require more than this, as Susanoo is well aware of humanity's strength. Susanoo is fired up, and we are taken into a flashback of his journey to learning swordsmanship, what it is, and how it came to be. Throughout Japan, Susanoo is seen as a flawless, perfect being, slaying all types of evil demons, yet nothing seemed to challenge him. He became known as the sword god and the strongest god slayer. One day, his creator Izanagi tasked Susanoo and his other siblings Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi with ruling over different realms. On Earth, Susanoo continues to slay monsters, save villages, and even earn the worship of the people. Years later, he encounters a giant troll terrorizing a boy and his little sister. The boy stands strong to protect his sister. The troll goes in to attack, and before Susanoo can intervene, the boy is able to counterattack and defeat the troll in a single hit. Susanoo, baffled, questioned the boy on what he just did. The boy explains that his village training with the sword is what allowed him to perform such a feat. Susanoo is simply amazed at the dedication humanity is willing to put into the blade to create a defensive art form despite being weak, while the gods simply see the sword as a tool. Susanoo decided to coin this term as swordsmanship and begs to be taught this art. Explaining his decision to his sibling, Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi both are baffled as to why he would make such a decision. They see this act as unforgivable and disrespectful towards the gods. Understanding their perspective, Susanoo offers to relinquish his godly title. Amaterasu is curious on why he's going so far for swordsmanship, and Susanoo reveals that swordsmanship has ignited his spirit because Susanoo was handed everything from birth. But humans must train and work hard to improve their skills, showcasing their limitless potential. Amaterasu begins to understand him a bit and agrees to let Susanoo go. However, he is banned forever from the god realm, and he can only observe humans and not interact with them directly or let himself be seen. Susanoo agrees to these conditions and continues to observe the human swordsmanship through the transformation of a crow. Later on, he studied and trained vigorously in secret using a divine mirror. Returning to the present, Susanoo appreciates the chance to experience the Bakumatsu period and fight Okita. This opportunity excites him, and he becomes determined to make Okita's blood boil. Will Susanoo succeed in making Okita's blood boil? And can Okita withstand the intense heat Susanoo is about to bring? In this new chapter, Susanoo assumes a terrifying and bizarre stance, which he declares to be his special technique. Okita immediately senses that Susanoo is not bluffing, feeling the intense aura emanating from him. Audience members are puzzled, having never seen this stance before. Kojiro recognizes it as being similar to the Ai stance, a defensive posture that delivers a one-hit kill when the opponent enters the attacking range. However, Susanoo's stance is different from how they usually see Ai, viewing it as something completely different. We quickly turn to Susanoo's family, where Tsukiyomi shudders at the thought of Susanoo using a technique made by both men and gods, and Amaterasu is excited to see Susanoo's secret technique. Next, we get a new god reveal showing Susanoo's creator Izanagi, who wonders what Okita will do against Susanoo's terrifying move. Okita can sense that the technique will cut him in half if he isn't careful. but he confidently boasts that he won't get hit. He begins to rush towards Susanoo, repeatedly jumping in and out of striking range, searching for an opening. Unfortunately, there is no opening. Susanoo praises Okita for his fearlessness, but warns that attempting to calculate the distance is futile. As Okita enters range once again, Susanoo initiates his attack. Okita initially believes that he has escaped, but quickly realizes otherwise and narrowly blocks and deflects the blow. Susanoo deemed this technique the Ameno Magaishi, or Revere Heavenly Demon, whichever you prefer. A technique so powerful that it slices through the streets of Kyoto and created a huge AoE shockwave. Okita's squad mates are initially worried for him, but Okita managed to survive the attack. Everyone else is impressed by Susanoo's technique, and Sasuke explains that with the extreme speed and force of Susanoo's swing, he was able to create a vacuum of air, causing his attack to extend far outside its usual range. Hence, why he said it's useless to read distance. Kojo further compliments Susanoo as he realizes that it must have taken a lot of training, love for the sword, and for the sword to return that love in order to pull off such a feat. Susanoo, however, is more impressed by Okita's deflection skills, noting that if he had tried to block it outright, he would have been cleaved right in half. Despite surviving, Okita's left arm is damaged due to the deflect and admits that if he was any slower, he would have died. This though doesn't scare Okita, but instead excites him, and he is grateful that he has accepted an opportunity to fight to the death. Thanks to Susanoo, Okita's heart gets pumped even more, triggering a new demon transformation that's accompanied with redder eyes than usual. Susanoo acknowledged that he has awakened the true sword demon, and he states that he's pumped, while Okita declares his intent to break Susanoo, bringing this month's chapter to a thrilling close. So as you can see, this chapter is pretty short for this month, but still has some juicy moments. Like seeing Susanoo's Revere Heavenly Demon move nearly slice Okita in half. We were blessed with this sick panel, and honestly, I'm surprised Okita only came out of that with an injured arm. That attack does look devastating, but maybe its true power and potential is an increase in attack range. At least our boy Okita was able to somewhat deflect it as well, but that doesn't mean this technique should be underestimated. Also, looks like my previous wish came true. Bummed that we didn't get to see the creator Izanagi's design, but it is what it is. We got to see what Susanoo's creator Izanagi looks like, and I gotta say, I'm decently impressed with his design. Lastly, Okita doing those after image like technique was pretty cool, but even cooler was his new demon form. With Okita's demon side now awakened, I wonder what his speed and power is going to be like now, and will Susanoo be able to keep up? Remember, I said Okita needs to evolve and do something new that Susanoo hasn't seen for years, since Susanoo used that divine mirror to train while watching Okita for years on end. However, we should also keep in mind, Okita was never really able to go all out, and this match seems to have given him the opportunity to do so. His teammates' reactions seem like they'd never seen this form either, so being completely new, Susanoo is gonna have to stay on top of his game to survive. And if you look closely here, he seems to be sweating a bit. But that's all I have for you guys today. Show your support by liking the video and subscribing for more future content, and comment down below your predictions for next chapter or what your thoughts were for this chapter. With that out of the way, I'll catch y'all later. Stay safe out there. Peace.